I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders. Through dreams we design, with vision we build.
Welcome to MuscleSport Media Live on WGBB Radio, 95.9 FM, 1240 AM. Of course, thank you to Noah Construction-Builders.com. Our title sponsor, Anthony. That means they are the main sponsor on this show right now.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today? What are we talking about? We're going to talk a bit about, he's got a Guns N' Roses shirt on. Maybe we'll talk about Guns N' Roses.
What do you mean? So you have no idea what we're talking about today?
I had one topic in mind that I was going to ask you about, and it may not be the most exciting, but we could deviate a little bit. Basically, my thing is, if you're not going to spend time doing abdominal work in the gym, is there anything like, I know you said you're not a big abdominal work guy yourself and you have six-pack.
Not now.
But I mean, for the most part.
Yeah.
If you're not going to do abs in the gym, I know of course it means, diet, and that's without saying.
Keep talking. I got to fix my headphones real quick.
But if I'm going to try to cut my workout down, and, listen, everybody has time constraints when they're in the gym, and they're not going to be able to spend as much time as they could. You can't spend all day there. Sometimes my ab work takes a long time, and I gotta cut it out. So is there anything I can do in lieu of that during my workout, or maybe once a week, twice a week, that would kind of suffice just to keep my stomach flat?
Well, I'll tell you how I used to do abs. How's this? I used to superset abdominals in between my regular sets. So, in theory, let's say I'm doing a lat pull, right? Mm-hmm. I would do a plank in between for 30 seconds between sets. Or
you would just
I would
hop off,
or I would go do crunches, or I would do jackknives, or I between. Usually what I would do, and I never did a ton of abs, just enough so I could feel them and, to work all the different abdominal muscles. I would do them in between my regular sets. So again, if I'm doing a row, I would do a set of 12 on a row, and I would go do a 30-second plank. Or let's say I'm doing a chest press. I would run to the abdominal machine. I would do 30 of them, And it does two things if you do it that way. Number one, you're burning more calories because you're not really resting as much.
Yeah.
And number two, it saves time.
See, that's my biggest thing
Right.
now. And I'm going to use my, my personal issue with this is that I found that I've spent too much time in the gym. And I know you're going to say, because I jibber-jabber, but the jibber-jabber on the side.
Your jaw muscles are extremely...
But I mean, my actual time working out, I do a long ab thing, then I do stretching, and then I do a lot of things like at the end and stuff. And I'm like, I run out of, I spend too much time. So then when I get home, I find I have less time to do MuscleSport stuff that I need to do. So I'm like, I got to cut the gym down a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I'll cut 10 minutes off my cardio. All right, it's not great, but at least I'm still getting the cardio in. And I'm like, that ab thing, like my actual workout, I'm doing chest, whatever I'm doing, is not that long. It really is the stuff, the smaller muscle body parts and stuff that I do before and after that really kind of elongate the full time I'm in the gym and kind of kills my whole morning now.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying if I can do something in lieu of this longer ab routine I do at the beginning, that's kind of where I was just thinking, because most people, their biggest issue is finding time to get to the gym, and then when you're at the gym, sometimes you gotta cut it short.
Yeah, you gotta work out more efficient. Efficient. I always say weight training specifically, you got 45 minutes. You got 45 minutes from now. You should not really be longer than that. I mean, literally 45 minutes. You could rock a muscle group. You can rock a superset. But what you're saying is, it takes a while to... I like the active stretching you do in the beginning. That should take about 5 to 10 minutes. And I'm not saying rushing it. I'm not saying rush it. But work efficiently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't dilly-dally. Don't talk to people. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
you work efficiently. So you do your active stretching in the beginning. Boom, you hit your weight training. Now, what I just suggested is a perfect way because I used to do that all the time because of the reason you said. I would be in between clients.
You got to hustle. I see you
Right.
do that. You got an hour, right? Now you got to get everything in because your next client's walking in the door.
Specifically, when I do work my abdominals, when I did really, really work them, I did it that way. Like I said, between sets, number one, you keep your heart rate elevated.
Mm-hmm.
You're burning a lot of calories doing it that way. And it feels good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I always used to work abs. Always used to work abdominals between my sets.
Now I know plank is kind of like it's kind of an all-inclusive type of movement.
It's more for posture, your rectus abdominis. It's good for we talked about that. Your midsection.
Yeah, so it's not just specifically an ab, but it does. I mean, also you have to tighten your abs consciously while you're doing the plank too.
Right. So it is abdominals. You're working. We talked about this different type of the abdominal muscles. Your rectus abdominis, which is your crunches, your lower leg lifts, things like that. That's how when you do spinal flexion. So that's when you're working your rectus abdominis. But your abdominal region, which is your core, you do have to work all those muscles.
Is there a way, like if you're doing some kind of regular movement, by tightening your abs and your core, is that working your abs on their own?
Absolutely. So you knew that. So you always would.
Yeah, I kind of
just be conscious of your abdominals, especially when you're doing cardio. Always have those abs tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Too.
Yeah, you don't want to hold your breath, and there's a big difference. If you can learn to control your abdominal muscles, tighten those up while you're breathing and while you're doing cardio and you're breathing regular, that's a really good thing because you have those abdominal muscles working, but then it becomes a subconscious thing. So your abs are tight. My abs are tight right now, and I'm talking to you, but I'm not holding my breath. There's a difference between holding your breath and
it's a
working your abs. It's a different situation. But yeah, you always want to have your abs tight, kind of engaged. So the way I always say is try to keep your navel in a little bit because when you keep your navel in a little bit, it tightens your abdominals up.
Isometric type of
Correct.
Core type of movement. What do you think about breathing exercises, doing vacuums and things like that? I'm talking like at home, not at the gym. Just
that work. That's a big yoga thing. That's a big Pilates thing. You're always trying to work your abdominals with all the movements that they do in like Pilates or yoga.
Yeah.
And it's the same concept to keep your abdominals tight, keep your navel in, and breathe regular. If you can master that, you're always kind of engaging your abdominals and working them all the time. And again, we talked about endurance type muscles like calves in the past. Yeah. Your abdominals are an endurance muscle.
You could work them hard.
Correct.
On a daily basis. They're not going to be overtrained.
Well, you could overtrain, like if you're doing 1,000,000 crunches and then neglect your lower back muscles, your erectors. That does happen all the time. That happens when people start to get back pain sometimes, not all the time. That's a reason because they're very anterior. They work their anterior rather than their posterior
muscle.
Yeah.
I've also found, I'm able to keep my stomach kind of flat if I'm watching what I eat. I go through spurts where I eat a lot of junk, and this time coming up in the holidays is usually part of it.
Next week we should touch base with how to get through Thanksgiving.
Because then that usually kicks off until after New Year's Day, just a marathon of eating crap for 8 weeks almost, or 6 weeks or whatever. But I found that if I feel like I'm putting a few pounds on, I know what I got to do to cut back and get it back. I know I'm eating too many carbs, sometimes eating, cheating, eating later at night.
Yeah, you just got a surplus.
I have to bring it in, but I can get my stomach flat.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, I had, not a six pack, but I had, more abdominal development than I would at this stage of my life. I always had trouble, after, I guess, my mid-20s, to get, better detail in my abdominals. Mostly just my top, abs, I can see better. Even if I'm really trying to diet good, it's almost like I really got to work hard to get that. And I'm not going into any shows, so it's kind of hard to find that self-discipline. Why do you think I can get it to a flat? Is it water retention that's just covering it? What is it?
And you never really dieted really correctly. That's gonna just
Well, because I'm not going into a show,
yeah,
so
it's
I'm
not
just
about being.
I'm cutting out some crap that I'm eating.
Yeah, if you you know, I mean, we could do that. That might be the last little bit to go, or it's not that you never really were on a specific.
No,
Like I would manipulate your carbs up until all the way until the end, until I started to see the intricate details. But yeah, that's something that an expert nutritionist or a real coach can do.
Because I always was like, oh, like when when you're younger, you go on a vacation, you want to look good on the beach, there's chicks there, whatever, you can spring break and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I would always be like, oh, I got to, diet. And I would, at that age, when I was younger, I would be able to put some abdominal development on, cutting out the booze and cutting out the late night diner runs and stuff like that. And I would be able to see within a month a very good change, and I would kind of rip up a little bit. But I don't get that deep into it now, and I don't really.
Were you talking about back in the day? You still never seen those?
No, I did back then.
Okay.
But now, as I got old, and it still was more concentrated towards the top ones. Oh, my lower abs, I've just never had good success with, even when I was thinner and had a better metabolism and trained and dieted better. But if I see, okay, I'm eating too much junk now, I always notice it's at least a 5 pound gain on the scale weight. I can knock that out in a month. But like I said, it just kind of flattens my stomach. It doesn't give it any details.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we would have to, there's no set in stone.
There's no magic pill.
Well, I would have to really work on that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I could do intricate details to help you get that.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts, because I've done it.
It's like, but do I want to sacrifice?
No, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Look at the money go over.
Right.
I'm not going to not eat it.
Well, there's a lot. That's when things become very advanced. You know, where and again, we can't spot reduce, but your body wants to lose fat the right way. But if that's the last to go, we know, okay, that's the last to go. Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I guess in my late 50s, if I have my body trained enough where I can get my stomach to go flat, I probably, shouldn't complain too much that's my.
Yeah, it's all about your goals.
It's like, I just don't want to see a belly.
Right.
In the picture, oh man, look at that. Look at my side view. I got a gut hanging out. I don't care how old I get. That always disgusts me. I don't want to see that at all.
I get it.
And at one point, especially when I was using a lot of gear, I was up to 230. I'm like 195 now. Now that I'm back at the gym steady again, I'll get back to my 200. For some reason, when I take time off from the gym and I don't really eat better, I kind of just like, I'm gonna go about my normal. I find myself down 5 to 10
Yeah, it
pounds.
happens to me all the time. That's just
it's weird, right?
That's just I know how my body works. I take time in the gym off. I lose muscle fast. That's just the way.
I guess it's losing muscle, because I did feel a little thinner and stuff. Maybe not belly, but I just like my whole upper body did feel a little narrower, if you will. And but I needed to take that month off. I mean, you know why I needed to take the month off, and I'm going to have the big reveal, and that's why I'm wearing a hat. I'm wearing a hat on my Instagram Live today. Somebody figured it out, and I said, I ain't going to show you. It's a big surprise. But I couldn't work out for a month because of that. There's something to do with my hair.
Procedure?
Yeah, a procedure for my hair.
You didn't. I was just sometimes I forget we're on live.
Real radio. We can't.
I was going to say something.
Can't be salty.
You didn't grow something on your forehead, like horns or...
No, I didn't have like the mouse with the ear on its back. Yeah, no, I didn't let Fauci touch me. No, right. I did fly overseas somewhere, if you want a hint. I didn't get it done in Brooklyn.
That's up to you. You didn't go into an alley in Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, but what I'm hoping that it does work. But they said don't overexert, don't exercise for 30 days. So I want this thing to work. So I listened to them. I wasn't going to just go against the doctors, So for 30 days, I sat on my ass. I didn't do any exercise, and I didn't do anything at home. I said, I'm going to follow this to the letter.
Well, it makes you feel better. I know a few people that had the same procedure done, and it was highly successful.
I hope so. It's only Today is the 18th or the 17th?
Today's the 18th.
Today's the 18th, so it was actually 1 month. They told me to wait 1 month. I was going to go back on this Monday. I wasn't sure if it was a day.
I know, I
shot
see
or
you in the
not.
gym today.
Yeah, we
nice
waved
and
to each other.
smiling.
I was looking for you after that. I couldn't find you, and I was leaving.
Yeah.
I looked in your office. You weren't there, and I looked around the floor. I didn't see you.
I
So
might have been in the
wanted to say
bathroom or
hi.
something.
I wanted to say hi, and what do you want to talk about tonight?
Well, I guess that's why I texted you. I said,
I said, I don't think it's and I honestly really thought of that because when I went to the gym today, I try to bring real life situations into this thing because, real life situation, this most of the people, it's not professional bodybuilders, everybody with regular, knock around guys that go to the gym to stay in shape and try to look good. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm cutting time off my workout. Is that going to be like very detrimental if I do that? Because I don't want to see the belly pop. So I'm going to take your advice, as I usually do.
you would. That's a great way to do it. Number one, again, it keeps your heart rate up. I did that when I was really dieting down for photo shoots and things like that. I really and it always worked wonders because again, I'm not resting too much. I'm keeping my heart rate up. I'm doing. Not even 10 to 15 to 20 reps. I'm doing 30 reps or I'm doing something for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's a really good way to do that.
That's a good way to do
Definitely.
it. Now, do you think I should definitely do the stretching?
I love it.
You think I should not do that at home later in the day? Do it before my workout? Is that the best time to do it?
Well, never static stretch before a workout. You want to do that dynamic, active stuff. So
What I'm doing, would you consider that dynamic?
some of it you do statically,
Some is
like
static,
you do
okay.
the wall whole. You do the stretches on the ball. That's a little bit static.
See, that takes so much time because
Yeah.
I do that. I really put a lot of time into that
You do.
because I feel that I actually feel my abs tightening great, but it's like I'm spending too much time overall at the gym, and I don't want to blow off cardio. I don't want to blow anything off, so I gotta
Joey,
try to
try to take 5 to 10 minutes for a dynamic stretch in the beginning. Do your workout, half hour, 45 minutes, whatever the case. Then do a little bit of static stretching, and then go on the bike.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna.
Hour and a
keep the
half, you
cardio.
should be out. Boom.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, but you also talk to George, and you talk to George talks your ear off, and then you got Lenny in there. You got the Goombas.
Yeah, you catch up on the games and sports. We laugh about the Jets.
Yeah, Lenny's like, hey, where's Joey been? You talk to Joey? I know where Joey is. Where's Joey? I go, he's all right. He's underground.
He's
No, he's not.
Yeah, it was good to be back in the gym. There was some changes. I saw the new tables and stuff over there, but it felt good. I did feel like there was something incomplete and missing. I did feel kind of a little weaker all around.
Yeah.
Even just this one day, which isn't going to make a difference. It's psychologically.
But you'll notice, like, now you feel like you'll immediately, again, that muscle memory, you get it back immediately.
Yeah.
Your endorphins start to kick in immediately. And then you go from there.
I did buys and tries today, and
Buys and tries.
I feel a good pump doing that. It's a smaller group. You do a nice slow 15
Of course
reps.
you do buys and tries. The first thing you do as a Ginza is you train your arms.
And what am I doing tomorrow?
Chest. What you doing, chest?
But I don't do chest on International Chest Day. I don't do because I figured it's going to be harder to get on the benches. So I made my International Chest Day a day after everybody.
Machines.
I love doing the machines, but I just don't want. I'd rather be able to get on and get in and get out. So I made this 5-day routine where chest wasn't on the first day. It was the second day where most people aren't doing it.
Yes, that's a good way to do it.
It's good because I can kind of get my pick of the litter, if you will.
But again, you utilize your time like, you're on the clock, say. You're punching in. Boom, I'm punching in.
Yeah.
I'm ready to work out. I got to punch out in a half hour.
I definitely want to try that planks and stuff in between sets.
Right. I would even put, like, say, if I'm doing a lat pull, I would throw my legs in between the lat pull, where you
do some leg.
Yeah, and I would do leg extensions there, or I would do crunches there. It's a great way to do it.
Yeah, because it gives you two places you can face
absolutely.
either way.
Absolutely.
There's always a way of finding things to do on a flat bench type of thing. You can always You can even do the what did you say them before? The V-ups, like what was that other?
Oh, the jackknives.
Jackknives.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, well, you can do the Rocky IV thing with in the barn there, right?
That's what I used to do.
I actually can do one or two of those.
Can you?
One or two.
You know, it's really funny. You know, we talk about this a lot. Going back to that, like what made us want to work out when we were kids, and it's all those movies, man.
Of course.
And they say, how do you stay so motivated? Do you know what my movies were as a child? Think about the discipline and the motivation.
It's like almost impossible to reach that goal, but you tried, even though
Stallone
as a kid.
That was it.
You see Stallone.
So with Trump,
yes,
he called him the second coming
of Jesus Christ.
No.
Of God.
No, he called him the second coming.
Oh, of Julius Caesar.
No, of George Washington.
Oh yes. All right. I just.
Julius Caesar.
I'm going through. I'm picking every name. Yes, you're right. It was George Washington. You see where my mind is? It's all over the place.
Oh, Jesus? No. Julius Caesar? No.
God? No.
God?
Augustus? Octavius?
No. Moses? No.
George Washington. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's George Washington, but I thought it was just cool that Sly was.
Well, did you see Did you watch the UFC fight on?
I didn't see it, but I saw the highlight with Jones
he did the
belt.
Trump dance.
Yeah. And then there was a guy on the Tennessee Titans, I think their tight end, who did the Trump dance after he scored a touchdown.
Well, Joey Bosa did because he had Joey Bosa originally got fined for wearing
11,000 and like 900 a night, like just under 12. I guess that must be some kind of. You got to do something really bad to get. I mean, I don't know. Come on,
whatever.
It's to me, it's all. People are just having fun.
Listen, you know, it's let's move on now.
Yeah.
Things changed. Let's move on. Hopefully, it's in the right direction.
Let's move on, and let's hope, And if you want advertising on MuscleSport Media Live, hit me up at joe@musclesportmag.com. Since the, everybody's going to be flush with extra money to spend. Hopefully, you can only advertise. You can only build your company if you advertise.
Yes, that's true.
Speaking of companies, Kingdom Sups. With a Z, SUPPZ.com, Kingdom Sups. What is the latest going on with your supplement company, Kingdom
We have a
Sups?
new product in development. It's a hydration product that it's in testing now. I have samples. You could try it tomorrow.
You gonna give me a sample?
I have some samples. Well, I have a big sample.
I'll
throw you a scoop.
Yeah, nice.
Throw you a scoop. 2 flavors. It's delicious. It's exactly what we want. Very clean. No artificial dyes and so on and so forth. So that's our latest product.
When will it be available to the general public?
We want to say December 1st, but it's probably going to look like January 1st.
Still close, very close. So how many products now? You got the War Potion is the pre-workout.
We got the War Potion, we got the Sleep Potion, we got the Burn Potion, which is the fat burner, and now we got the Hydra Potion.
So look at that. This is company, I remember when I was helping you trying to figure out the logo.
Yeah, I was like, Joey, I need help. Then he sent me, he's like, let me give it a shot. I think he wrote it on a piece of toilet paper. I think he drew something.
And then he said, all right, thanks, and he got a real
I said, Joey, I appreciate you, but this looks like a toothpick.
But I did have the cross,
you
though,
had,
right?
you had the shield with a...
with a sword or something?
Sword. You had a sword, you had a little salami, you had a shield.
I did have something along that theme, but I told you.
I asked you. I said, Joey,
how good are you? I'm like,
I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But I do like the logo. I love the name. I'm into that. I got the tattoo of the night. So that's kind of a subject of mine that I have a lot of interest in the Middle Ages.
The medieval stuff.
I love the medieval stuff, Middle Ages. I do love the castle, the knights, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because it's alpha, man. It's
no doubt.
Yeah.
Come on,
knights kick ass.
That's right. Barbarians, knights, Vikings.
Yeah, so it's a lot of cool stuff. So definitely check out Anthony's company, Kingdom Sups. SUPPZ.com, and of course MuscleSportMag.com /store. Last print bodybuilding magazine out there
in history.
In the history of,
it.
they're not. Nobody else is coming out with any. I don't think.
And proud of it.
I'm proud of it.
You should be.
You know, we're on terrestrial radio, we're in print magazines. Hey, if this was 1965, we'd be doing really
Unbelievable.
even maybe up to 85. But check us out every Monday right here on WGBB Radio 95.9 FM, 1240 AM, MuscleSport Media Live. For Anthony Tuminello and Trevor Behind the Glass, I'm Joe. We'll see you guys in a week.
All right, that was a little fly-by-night.
Noah, I have a job for you.
Jeez, it's not another arc, is it?
No, not again. This time I need a full-scale home renovation.
Noah Construction and Builders is your design and build partner. We do it all, from additions and dormers to full-scale renovations. Schedule your no-cost design consultation today. Visit us online at noahconstruction-builders.com.
Noah Construction and Builders, through dreams we design with vision we build.